like to, of course, welcome everybody to our May 13th Student Appreciation event, where we're here to celebrate you, celebrate our students. And part of doing so is ultimately part of our everything we do at Digital School is helping you advance your careers and pursue your passion in design. And part of that is partnering with industry experts and people that can help give that extra support in kind of resumes, interview tactics, and other things and everything career pursuits. So that's why I bring Alyssa here today with Manpower to really give us a bit of a presentation on who Manpower is, how they can be of a service to our students and our graduates in your pursuit of a career. And we've been working with them for quite a few months now and really value their support. So they have a very good message to provide. And I'll hand that over to Alyssa right now to introduce herself and her team and tell you guys about Manpower.
Sure. Thanks, Scott. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name's Alyssa. I'm a Workforce Development Manager with Manpower Alberta. I have been in the realm of employment services, recruitment, HR for almost 10 years, so about 9.5 years now. I also brought the team lead of one of our Edmonton programs on this call as well. Carl, did you want to introduce yourself too?
Hey, everyone. My name is Carl Driver. I'm the program lead for Training for Work Tech Careers in Edmonton, which is a no-cost to participant government-funded program aimed at helping medium to higher skilled unemployed Albertans get back to work. We have a presentation for you as well. I'm going to pass it off back to Alyssa in case she wants to say something before we start the presentation.
Sure, sounds good. I'll say a couple more words and then we can get going on just a quick little info session on what our program entails. But just so you all know, I did meet Antonio a couple years ago. And Antonio, I'm sad to say I'm leaving your neighborhood, so we're not going to be neighbors anymore. So I'm your neighbor for about one more week, and then I'm moving into a different neighborhood in Edmonton. But yeah, Antonio was posting about the program, and I said, "Oh, Antonio, this is a great program." So we had a couple meetings, and I know a lot of the grads are quickly finding work. This is in demand, these courses. But if you ever struggle with your employment search, any time of when you're graduated or maybe a year after, anytime, we're here to help. We're government funded by the Department of Labor, and we're just here to make sure that people are getting off EI, paying their taxes, finding employment. We're just here to help. And because we've been doing this for so long, we have a lot of industry connections, and we also have a little bit of additional support from the government of Alberta for some course top up. But if you are on this call and you're like, well, I'm in somewhere else in Alberta, or you're in a different province, please let us know, because we definitely want to find supports and assistance for you that's similar to what we do. And really, Carl and I talk about this all the time. This program is like a win-win because it's free. We're going to give you so much help and support and connections and really have nothing to lose, just, as a little additional kind of like cheerleader backup as in your job search. So, Carl, I'll let you queue up the PowerPoint and we'll both kind of go through it, and we don't want to take up too much of your time, and we welcome any questions either unmute or you can put it in the chat. So yes, Carl is our team lead for the program, and our program is our training for work, and we're just here to help any industry, any unemployed Albertan find work and retain employment. And again, in whatever position capacity they would like. And then Carl, next slide. MJ is our program coordinator, so she does all of the intake and admin. And then Keisha is our job placement consultant, so she's working with employers to find, connections and leads. And we also invite a lot of employers to do presentations and do networking with our job seekers. And it's ongoing intake too, so it's pretty casual. You can join anytime. It doesn't have to be a set time that, we're going to do intake like July 5th or something. I do run programs that are like that in the province, but this one is very casual, very ongoing. I also run programs out of Fort Mac and Red Deer, and then we have programs in Calgary as well. But some of them are not as flexible as this one. This one's pretty flexible. We help any industry. Some of them are more industry specific. Okay, so in this section, we're just going to talk about who we are, our eligibility process, intake process, and then some more program information. And I'm not sure if any of you have heard about Manpower before, but we are a staffing agency. We have been in the Alberta labor market for 60 years. And then in the last 10 years, Manpower has actually reached out to the government of Alberta and said, hey, can we run these programs? And we've done proposals for them and have been awarded a certain amount of funding or certain amount of years to run these employment programs. At the moment, we have 10 of them running throughout the province, but Training for Work is just one of them, the one in Edmonton here. So about Training for Work, we are no cost. There is zero cost for the job seeker. The government does give us a little bit of funding just to, pay our staff and keep the lights on in the building, just so we can run this program for Alberta job seekers. We are working with mainly higher skilled and, semi-skilled job seekers that are interested in innovation and technology. So that really covers so many industries, but the government wanted something that were kind of, seeking people that were going for training and reskilling and already looking to transfer their existing skills potentially to a new or already, industry that they're in. And that's why this partnership with Scott and the school is so important, because this is exactly what you all are doing, is either getting back into the industry that you're already in or upskilling into something new. And that's all what we're about. We're about that upskilling and retraining and education piece. And again, we do have a couple extra little bit of funding if, say you finish the program and you're like, hey, I could really benefit from this little course or this designation. Talk to us, and that potentially would be something that we can help with. I know, Carl, we've done a lot of software developer training. We've done a couple project management trainings for job seekers, and it's really helped them and benefited them. And just a little extra something on their resume to have them even more employable. So really, again, any industry, we've helped them find work. Okay, so eligibility and access. So of course, because we're seeking government funding, they do give us some criteria that we do have to follow. So the person joining our program, they do have to be unemployed or working under 20 hours a week. So that could be someone that's working evenings or weekends part-time. We can definitely help them. Unfortunately, and this is something that is really annoying, but it's a government rule. We can't help someone that's super underemployed but working over 20 hours a week. So I've had people come to me and they're like, I'm working at a retail or a grocery store and I have to work over 20 hours a week, but I don't want to be in this industry. And unfortunately, we can't help someone like that. But if they're working under 20 hours a week, even if it's like a decent role, we can help them, which is annoying, but it's the rules. So yeah, you have to be over the age of 18, currently living in Alberta, legally entitled to work in Canada. And then we have the EI eligibility piece, which I don't want people to get too hung up on, because a lot of people have been eligible in the last 5 years to receive EI and they just never took it. But we can take 20% of our applicants that have never accessed EI or haven't been eligible for EI. But a lot of people that do come to us, they say to us, well, I'm not EI eligible. And then we can send in your application to the government for approval to be in the program, and they can tell us your EI status. So we don't approve EI. We don't work with Service Canada. We just get approval about your EI status through the government of Alberta. A lot of people do think that we can help with your EI. We can't. We don't have that kind of power or paperwork, but we can tell you to go to Service Canada if you need help. And then you must be ready, willing, and able to commit to a full-time employment and getting into your next job. I guess we should take out the tech field, Carl, on this slide, because it doesn't have to necessarily be the tech field. It could be any field. But yeah, if someone comes to a program and they're not keen to work, they're kind of just wasting their time, our time, the government's money. So we really want people that really want to work to come to us. Okay, so our intake process, again, it's pretty laid back. It's pretty flexible. We do intake anytime that you're ready. And, maybe you're finished classes, you really want to focus on your job search. Hey, come to us and we'll give you a pre-screen form. We'll give you our training employment service request form. That's just that form that we do send to the government of Alberta just to check that, you can come to our program, and they just check your EI and tell us. And again, everything's very confidential. We do follow FOIP. So everything that is given to us, we do not share. And we also, after you're done the program, we do get rid of your file. So it's not like anything's being kept. Everything, again, is super confidential. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to give you my SIN number, because there's a lot of scams going on. But those are just things, because we're funded by the government of Alberta, we have to ask for that information. But we are very flexible with whatever way you want to give that to us. So if you want to send us something password protected, if you want to see us in person, we're doing all of our services remote right now, but we're very flexible. If someone wants to meet us at our office, at a cafe, whatever you'd like to do, we'll accommodate you. We want to make sure that you're comfortable and successful. All right, so some program information. So some of the things that we will do for you, we do presentations, we do workshops, we do employer, oh, thanks, Carl, for making that bigger. Perfect. We do employer hosting presentations. We do a lot of one-on-one. We do have short course possibilities. We actually have some work experience opportunities as well, but it's something that either we can try to find it for you, or you can try to find it on your own, but we're getting some pushback from employers, right? Of course. So we have done a few, and it's just a couple extra funding for an employer to hire you on. But, some employers, I think it depends how big they are, right? Because if it's a larger employer, they don't really care about a few $1,000. That's kind of small pennies for, place like, say City of Edmonton or Stantec. They're like, well, what's $4,000 going to help me? But some of those medium-sized companies, they really, really like that funding. So really depending on where you're at in your job search and what you're looking for, and if it works for the employer, it's something that we can offer too. It's just a bit more of a, training incentive for an employer to take on a new employee. Perfect. Yeah, and then at the bottom there, that's just an example of some of the courses that we have done funding for other people that have been in our program in the past. But yeah, we have a really good success rate. Everyone that comes in, we do have a contract with the government that 70% of everyone that comes in has to be employed full time. And obviously we want to hit those numbers, because if we don't hit those numbers, the government will pull our funding from us. But I think right now, Carl, we're at 76% rate. Like it's quite high that we have for our placement. So yeah, we're here for you if you need us. And again, if you have questions about your eligibility, or you're not ready for a program like this, or you want to refer someone, Carl and I are here to help and support. And I think, Carl, do you have your contact information on the last slide? I don't know if you do or not.
I don't, but I can put it in the chat.
Okay, we'll put our contact in the chat. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, that concludes our presentation. Does anyone have any questions for us?
Yeah, feel free, everybody, to even drop questions in the chat or along those lines, and as well as we'll share Carl and Alyssa's contact information in a follow-up email with everybody, so you guys have that readily and handily available. No basic comment from me, and I know we've had several of our recent graduates go to Manpower and really have been very successful in that route of finding their career path. Right now, the job market is challenging and competitive, but there's also a lot available that's out there, and so it really comes down to looking at it in kind of a different light, or maybe with open eyes. And sometimes the best way to do that is getting that external support, and that really helps open up your eyes to other options, other ideas. Of course, we here at Digital School help provide you with some of those inputs and some of those details as well. But as well, like, we're not, we don't know everything that's going on in the industry. And Manpower definitely has a good handle on kind of everything in the Alberta area.
Hello, Elisa and Carl. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, very coming through.
Okay, thank you. I live right now in Port Manpower, and I heard you have a little limits for the looking for job. What is the way, if I'm going to looking for your help, how is the way for working in a person is in 4 hours and a half from Edmonton? What can I do?
We're virtual, so we can help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a good option.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
How are you going to find the companies here? How is your approaching for the companies here? And what kind of companies do you have in your list?
So we do have a small program in Edmonton, in Fort Mac. And I manage it. I've been managing it since 2018. It's called Career Lead. So my team has some really good contacts in the area. So we would definitely be able to, help you with that specific labor market. Because I know Fort Mac's different than Edmonton. They have their different companies that are currently hiring, and right now Fort Mac is really hot. It's a good place to be again after so long of it not being a good place to be. So absolutely. I think you're in a really good place, and we can definitely help support you with good just labor market knowledge of what's going on there and what companies are hiring.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I've been up there 3 times. I love it up there. Everyone's so friendly.
Yes, sometimes. Sometimes, but now everything is changing thanks to the oil price.
Yes.
And hopefully this boom is longer. We needed that.
I heard a rumor it's 4 years. We're in a 4-year boom for oil and gas, which has a ripple effect for every other industry right in the province.
Wow, that is 4 years is wonderful.
Jump on it while you can.
Well, that is exactly what we needed, because these towns suffer a lot for fires, inundations,
floods,
the oil prices, and everything. Everything happened here. This is the help. All right. Thank you so much for your help. And we will see you later.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
At what point in our schooling should we start to get into contact with you?
So it would be right at the end, I would say, because we're technically not supposed to be helping anyone that's in school full time, because the government sees you as not focusing on your job search. But right before your grad, connect with us so we can start helping and supporting you. So then you're not out of school and unemployed. That gap is short, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is anyone here not in Alberta?
Yeah, we have Douglas from Regina. Yeah, I'm in Saskatchewan here, Regina.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look into Saskatchewan resources for you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. I know, Douglas, you've also done some work in Alberta before, haven't you?
Not work, just I'm looking for work in Alberta.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, would that qualify in that realm?
He has to have an Alberta address, unfortunately. But definitely I can send you some resources for Saskatchewan. And then if you do end up coming to Alberta, we can help you there.
No, that'd be great. I'm kind of looking to move to Alberta, but either Alberta or BC, but it depends where I find work. So yeah. Thanks.
It's good to be flexible.
Yep, I'm flexible right now in that way too. I have a house here, but whatever. I've rented it out before, so it's not like I wouldn't be able to get up and move. So.
So Alicia, Carl, so what would be the best way to contact the student, the graduates? Directly by email or?
Yeah, if they want to email us, Antonio, that's perfect. Then we can, when they email us, they can send us a resume. That way we have a little bit to go off before we talk to them. Then we have a little chat with them as to what they're looking for. If everything goes well, then we send over the documentation and start the intake process.
Perfect. Yeah, because before I was sending Alicia a list, and then sometimes it's better to go directly to you, but
you can send me a list too, Antonio, whatever works best.
Okay.
Whatever the student prefers. If they want you to send your information to us directly, that's fine. Or you can just give us their information and they can contact us when they're ready. That's totally fine too. But yeah, a lot of people are worried when we say, "Oh, send us your resume," and they're like, "Oh, my resume doesn't look good." We're like, "No, we're not gonna be sending your resume out if we didn't think it looked nice. We just like it so we have your email and phone number on it and kind of get a feel of what you've done or want to be doing. And then we definitely, that's part of our service, is we give you tips and tricks on your resume as well if it's not looking as good as it should be. But if you have a good resume already, we are really big advocates of not, fixing what's not broken. So if you don't want us to touch your resume, we won't either. Don't worry.
So just for your information, personally, I'm teaching technical communication. And then inside, we have the first two assignments is just to prepare the industry report. And at the same time, the cover letter and resume. So this opportunity with Manpower, it would be excellent just to extend and then do the perfection, along the whole process. So it would be great. Thank you.
That's the fun thing about resumes is every single recruiter you talk to will give you different advice.
Mm-hmm. Good question. What would be your, maybe top 3 things for a resume and cover letter that you guys would recommend for everybody?
Don't use the same exact one for every single position. You do have to change it up a little bit. A lot of people use very generic resume and cover letter, and I've seen a lot of resumes that I look at and I couldn't tell you what they want to do or what they're applying for because it looks so just generic and washed down for any single position, and recruiters can tell really quickly how much time and effort you've put. I'd rather you, as a job seeker, apply for 1 or 2 positions a week instead of 30 or 50 a week. I'd rather you apply with quality over quantity. Because in this market, yes, there's lots of jobs, but as Scott said, it's still quite competitive. So employers, they're going to judge books by their cover. That's what they do. Or not even a person, a machine will be judging your resume. So if they look at your resume and it could be, a hiring manager with 30 years experience or a new HR assistant with 1 year experience, if they're not seeing what the job posting is seeing, they're not going to look any further at your resume. So you do want to make sure that you have those keywords from the job ad in your resume and cover letter. And I would suggest doing both, right? Because maybe they're looking at your cover letter first. Maybe they're not looking at the cover letter at all. So you want to make sure that you're using a lot of the similar keywords from the job post. And the job post is your cheat sheet to your cover letter and resume, right? Because if they're saying something in there, and especially if they say it more than once, you better put it out in there. Unless you don't have it, then you can't lie. But For example, if they say that you must have your class 5 and have a vehicle, and maybe they want you to travel a little bit, maybe to different work sites. If you're not expressing that, they might just assume, right? Because that's the thing with resumes and cover letters and recruiters, they're just making assumptions. So they might assume that you're not willing to travel or drive, right? So if you specifically say you are willing to, they're going to love that.
Yeah, 100% agree, Alicia, with this customization. So this is my tip always. So you cannot create a cover letter and resume like a flyer. So they have to be specifically answering all the requirements. So regarding the resume, Alicia, how many pages do you suggest? Because I always say, try to consolidate that in one page.
I would say 1, no more than 2. So I would say no more than 3 with a cover letter.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, recruiters, their time is money. They don't have time to read a novel.
And then it's good to have the CV, just in case they want to request some information, extra information, so you have to have that.
Yeah, I know some companies that they're trying to get rid of it and they're saying it's old school, but for some companies I've spoken to and some recruiters even, they say it is a way to explain yourself. So example, Douglas, you're open to work in Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC. You should be putting that in every single cover letter, because a lot of times when I was recruiting, I would see a resume and they're applying for maybe a position I was hiring for out of province. So I called them up and I said, okay, so you're willing to move to, northern Alberta, you're willing to move to Whitehorse. And they're like, no. I'm like, well, you applied for that position. So now my time's wasted and their time's wasted, right? But if someone put in their cover letter, willing to relocate to Whitehorse as soon as possible, and I needed someone in Whitehorse ASAP, I call them up, and I'm loving that they already put that in their cover letter. So those are the sort of things that you can kind of explain yourself a little bit better in a cover letter as opposed to a resume, because you're not supposed to be putting like full I sentences in a resume.
Thank you. So I have another question regarding the pandemic. So we see right now a trend of working remotely. So what is your perception about the trend of this kind of a position, working from home?
So I'll say my input, and then Carl, if you want to pop into with what you're seeing in the market, but that's a really good suggestion, Antonio. Now I'm going to say what I said to Douglas before. Flexibility is key, because some companies want you 100% remote. Some companies want you hybrid. Some companies want you 100% in office. You need to decide what works best for you, and you can even say it in your cover letter, and really read the job description well too, because some companies, they're going to put their preference in the job ad, but some companies aren't, and some companies are willing to negotiate. I've had a couple of friends actually recently in Calgary that have taken jobs, and the job ad said 100% in office, but then as they started working, and after a few weeks to a month, they let them go hybrid, because they wanted to earn that trust in office first before they said, okay, you know what, you can work at home sometimes too. And I'm seeing a huge shift, and I'm seeing a lot of differences with companies. We just had a job seeker take a job with Government of Alberta. Now, Government of Alberta, they're making all their pre-existing employees work hybrid, but all the new employees now, they have to do 100% in office, because they want to start slowly bringing everyone back again. So it's kind of like they're getting grandfathered into now work 100% in office when the older employees get the flexibility. So it's interesting. It's a different climate. Carl, are you seeing anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I'm just seeing exactly the same thing, where it's either it's 100% office or hybrid or remote, so they're actually leaving the option. But I would just like to say that when you're trying for your first job, just try to be as flexible as possible and just get your foot into the door. Later on, you have to see whether it's, once you have a couple of years of experience, maybe you can move to another company and then look at full remote positions at that point. But I tell everybody also that this pandemic, yes, people did start working from home, but take it as a bonus. Don't think that everybody is going to be working from home forever, because at some point businesses are going to eventually move back, right? So if you're flexible, it just kind of gives you an edge over the other person if they're not willing to come into the office. That's all.
And I know, Scott, you come from the construction area, and I know a lot of people in construction, maybe they weren't hands-on tools, maybe they were more on the design. Some of them never even went virtual. They stayed in the office, like during the pandemic even. So it really depends on the industry too.
It's industry and company specific. Mm-hmm. So like we've been talking with employers and talking with people and of course watching job postings and everything, and that's one of the main questions I ask people is like, do you guys have a flexible work schedule? Do you have a hybrid, or what are you guys doing? And it's a mixed bag of what the answer we get. And for me, like my past projects, the past work I've been on is very construction specific. You need to have hands in the field in order to execute. So those things won't change necessarily, but even there's a bit of a shift because there's more technology being used and there's more capabilities being rolled out, so that it's not necessarily even having to be on a construction site 100%. If you are in the engineering design, the construction management, if you're hands-on tools, no, you're still on site. That's required. But even like inspectors, we have inspectors that go out, and over the last couple of years, inspections have been done without even them putting foot on site with using technology. And some of it's through FaceTime, through camera walks and evaluations. And then if they see stuff that they really need to get their hands on, they want to get out there and look, then they show up. But it's a combination. There's going to be some bounce back and some progression, and it comes down to what is your industry, your employer, and how do they look at it. So, like you guys say, stay flexible, keep your eyes open, and the main thing is, like, when you first start, getting your foot in the door is the key thing. Well, thank you, Alyssa and Carl. I really appreciate you guys joining us today to share your expertise and your guys' I guess opportunities and things you present with Manpower. I know for kind of everybody that's outside of Alberta, like you, Douglas Slack, there are other companies or other people out there, and we're keeping our eyes out for them, as well as if you guys find them, send them our way. We want to get in touch with them and get in contact and get to know people across Canada. We have students from almost coast to coast, from BC to New Brunswick. We haven't quite made it all the way out to the far, far east yet, but we're working on it. And we want to have students from everywhere. That means getting to know more employers, getting to know more employment agencies, local and abroad. So now, although Manpower is kind of centralized in Alberta, it's not that Alberta is the only province that has it. There are other opportunities. But with that, I really appreciate Alyssa and Carl. Thank you very much for joining us today, and all your knowledge and expertise that you've shared with us. We'll certainly appreciate it.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Antonio. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your Friday and an awesome weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Carl. Yeah, thank you, Carl. Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
And if you guys want to stay on for the rest of the event, you're more than welcome to. If not, I know you guys have stuff going on, so enjoy your Friday and your weekend.
Thanks, Scott. Have a good weekend, everyone.
No problem, Carl. You guys take care. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Excellent. All right. Well, that was a great presentation. I really appreciate what Manpower does for our students and our alumni. They are great. Great community asset to reach out to and talk with. Amongst there are other companies that are paid. Some are free. There's a lot of opportunity out there to get additional and extra kind of support with your resume, interviews, anything like that. Looking for jobs. There's headhunters, lots of different ways to go about it. Here at Digital School, we want to, of course, support your efforts in searching for work and landing that job. And we're here to do everything we can to help you be successful. But of course, like the other job agencies, they're out there in talking with employers every day and helping hundreds, if not thousands of people. So sometimes it just makes sense to bring in that extra expertise if things are not clicking and hitting when you get started. Especially Alvaro, sounded like up in Fort Mac, there's a few really good people for them to introduce you to. So those are the type of things to really take in mind and think of when you're bringing in presenters and people. It's not necessarily just location, it's concept and action that really really comes together in the big takeaways. So with that, we've got really the remainder of our student appreciation event. Let's dive into some student work and of course our awards. So hang on just a second while I get this going here. All right, everybody see my screen all right?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, I will mute myself and let's watch some student work.
I guess for those who are not familiar with the assignments, would you like maybe Antonio and I can give some explanation about what exactly you're seeing?
Yeah, I can pause it for just a second if you guys wanted to add a few comments. Basically, each assignment's about 12, 13 seconds of screen time. So, sure. Yeah, definitely if you want to dive in, go for it.
So this is for Architectural Drawing and Details 2, Term 2 course. It's done by Douglas Black. Did a really nice job, good quality. So something that all of you have, most of you have completed or can look forward to completing. This is a site plan for the same project, just showing the location of the building with respect to the property lines, and then an analysis on the zoning bylaw on regulations that apply to that site. So a word of positive attitude presented to Doug Slack. So I started working with Doug recently in architectural drawing and details, and he's always come. He's always first one in the room. He's always early in the room. He's always waiting for me, it seems. So he always comes in, has a positive attitude, a good outlook on everything. He's always looking to build, looking to approve, and so your positive attitude has really made an impact, Doug. Congratulations.
Yeah, I would like to add that, well, this term we didn't have too much time, but Douglas always has been, taking wisely the time for the lab. Always, I think that always we have him, and then we have a lot of chats because we will not have too many people. So this show this kind of attitude, and also even if he's going to be late, he emailed me and said, Antonio, I'm going to be 1 hour after. So this show this kind of discipline and ethical behavior. So good for you, Douglas.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, good work, Douglas.
So this is for land use and development. This is showing a site plan and a bylaw analysis. So a complete analysis of the regulations that are imposed on a particular site within a subdivision.
So this one is pipeline transmission, and we have the first assignment. It is the drawing of a pump station with all the connection pipe. This one is from the building services, the first assignment. They have to do a plan view of the the heating, ventilation, air conditioner.
This is a neighborhood land use analysis. So it's a neighborhood, and then Tanner here, he's highlighted the different land use zones within that community. So another positive attitude achievement, and this one goes to Tanner. So Tanner is a young guy, hardworking guy. He has a family as well as a full-time job, and he always, regardless of what's going on, he always has a good attitude, works hard, completes his work, and does his best to meet with us. And yeah, so congratulations, Tanner.
Yeah, I would like to add, Brandon, that so for me, it's really a double appreciation. The people that they are working. We have both of them working part-time, and then Tanner is one working full-time. So really hard. And this shows the dedication just to keep always on top of the summation and be present as possible. So yeah, this is a good award for him. Tanner.
Great job, Tanner. Congratulations.
So these are some construction details that are fairly common in that course. Just showing on the left some different types of headers, and then on the right just showing the wood frame construction. Here's another floor plan. This is an upper floor plan. This was drawn by Bogdan. He did a really nice job. Really pays attention to detail. We have some more details for construction materials and methods, showing different wood frame components and assemblies. Here's a site plan also created by Bogdan. So this is showing the location of a proposed building on the site with respect to various bylaw regulations. So this achievement goes to Bogdan for leadership. So I haven't had the pleasure of working with Bogdan too much until recently. He's always attentive, showing up. He's asking questions. He gets his work done on time. He has pays attention to detail and has a good leadership presence within the environment.
Yeah, I would like to add, Bogdan always has been really very professional. All his presentation, really disciplined. So leadership, perfect for him as a work.
Congratulations, Bogdan.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations, Bogdan. Good work.
Alvaro here, this is the exercise that we do in structural drawing, the final project. So this classic steel bridge, and for the first time, so we. Oh, can you go?
Want me to go back?
Well, so yeah, for the first time, Alvaro he introduced Inventor, to do this project, and I gave him a license, to do that. It was excellent work. Another work from Alvaro. So this is from Building Services, assignment number 3, plumbing. So they had to do plan view, 3D, so all those connection. In this case, it was done. I'm not sure it was AutoCAD and a combination of Inventor. So this example is a structural drawing done in the assignment number 4. Wood is the material, and then they had to show the connection. Also, this one it was done using Inventor. So we give the leadership certificate of achievement to Alvaro. I think that we have been with a really interesting exchange with someone that has a lot of experience in the industry, and I like to highlight that because Alvaro always has been concerned about how we can connect our curriculum content inside the industry and practically. And it's really a pleasure to have this kind of exchange. And I think that we are going to apply all his advice in our future courses. So,
yeah, same for me. Alvaro he came to us with a wealth of knowledge, and having the opportunity to work alongside of him has been a pleasure. And always maintains that leadership presence in the classroom, giving direction and feedback. And so, congratulations, Alvaro.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Alvaro. Good work.
Thank you so much. Very good. And thank you for everything, for everyone, and all the supporting. And yes, thinking in the future how we can put all this 3D in the industry. The industry needs that. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you.
Here we have some more construction details. These are drawn by Ben Wells. Again, just showing the, in this case, wood frame construction components and assembly. There are some different foundations, stepped foundations, various types of foundations. So students learn different types of foundations by creating these illustrations. Some more details drawn by Ben. Good attention to detail.
So this is the first assignment that for the first time we implement that into the AutoCAD 3D course. And Julian, he did an excellent job just to understanding, the application. And
You want me to go back there, Antonio? You got...
yeah, so I'm waiting for the name.
Oh, you're waiting for the name? Okay, I could do that too. I thought you wanted to say more about that assignment.
Okay, so yeah, for that reason, so one of the reasons, so we give to Julian, so the certificate of achievement and dedication. So I would like to add that from the day one, so Julian has been always concerned about all the detail and then any specification that we have in order to start the course. And so this shows this type of student and this type of attitude. So as a team group, so I see him interacting with others. So this is what we love to have in the future, more interaction, more collaboration in between you peers. And then so this is something that they show also the capacity. And also Julian, he's a full-time worker or part-time, but this is still a lot of time and also a big family with beautiful girls. Okay, and then he always find some time, to share with us. So congratulations, Julian, for that.
I haven't, I think Julian's still in term one, so I haven't had the pleasure of working with Julian too much. I met with him last week regarding one of his courses, and yeah, you could definitely see, as Antonio mentioned, his dedication comes through, the way he's able to balance work and his home life. So I look forward to working with you in the future. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Julian. Good work.
This is showing a zoning analysis for a particular neighborhood. So just highlighting the different zones within a community, and then a summary of each zone. And that's exactly what we're seeing here as well. So community, the different land uses that are distributed throughout that community.
So this exercise is just the recreation in 3D of small example of the system of heating, ventilation, air conditioning. So this one is from building services, the assignment number 4, just representing the diagram of the fire and electrical system. So, certificate of achievement, dedication to Eddie, David Liston. I think that he deserves, so he's always, this is another student that is working part-time, and then always he's showing this kind of attitude, the submission is on time, and then high quality work. So I think that I want to highlight that, and also he's so humble and always a great listener. And the best thing is that all those kind of advice, so he applied right away. So congratulations, Eddie.
Yeah, good work, Eddie. Eddie's currently in the later half of the program. He took the first 2 terms of the program previously, so we already have experience working with Eddie, and we know his character very well. And so when he came to us again, we already knew that he was going to be a high level of dedication. So like, as Antonio mentioned, he's got a family, he's working, but he always makes time to make for meetings. And he really does his best to excel in his courses. So he shows a high level of dedication. So good work, Eddie.
Good job, Eddie.
So here we're looking at just a site plan with zoning information, zone analysis.
So this is the first assignment from structural drawing. So we started with the material steel, and then we show the connection, 3 types of connection, just in orthographic view.
Here's a basement plan. So this is done by Junar. Really well done. Attention to detail, the standards, proportion, everything. Really well done. Here's Junar's site plan for that same project. So he's showing us the position and location of the building with respect to the property lines, as well as with respect to the municipal zoning regulations.
So award of excellence to Jonar Tesiorna. So I think that since the beginning, Jonar has been showing this kind of outstanding attitudes and hard work and dedication. So always, I can say in all fronts, all courses. So it's equal, the kind of delivering. So I think this perfect award for you, Jonar. So congratulations.
And congratulations, Junar. Junar really, I guess he started with very little experience in this sort of field, which was really surprising to me because the work that he does is at a high level of commitment and understanding in detail. So really surprising to me the amount of time that he's able to put in, and the output is phenomenal. So you're really well deserved of this award of excellence, Junar.
Good work, Junar. Keep up the hard work.
So this assignment is from building services. Those are the plan view from the plumbing system, for example. So this one is the 3D interpretation of the plumbing with the single isometric and then detail of the 3D connection. This one, we already watched something. So this is the structural drawing, steel connection, assignment number 1. And this is the steel connection, but the same in 3D. Done very good by Daniel.
Oh, very good. That looks excellent.
So award of excellence to Daniel is one. So I think that one of the things that has impressed me from Daniel is his efficiency. So he's the one that have a high organizational skill and then have all the courses without exception. So with this kind of on-time submission, high quality, and always really receptive to and open to learn and then to apply everything new. So it's amazing, and he's impressive discipline and ethical. So I think that you, Daniel, it would be an excellent professional and asset to any company. So good luck. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Daniel. When I had in term two, same sort of situation, high level of commitments, excellent outputs, attention to detail, always interacting, always on time. And yeah, the excellence really suits. So congratulations, Daniel. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, congratulations, Daniel. Good work.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. So structural drawing, yes, assignment number 2 is the connection in 3D. In this case, I would like to highlight that this work it was done by Inventor, using Inventor. So same, but is the previous one is done using orthographic view. So this is the 3D HVAC for building services. The same, different interpretation. Very well done, Mary.
And of course, want to say congratulations to our MAID graduates. Something that, of course, we want to celebrate as well as the progress, because ultimately this is our ultimate goal. For architectural design technology, we have James Cavariccio, Chris Sokolowski, Tanner Boniface, April De La Cruz, and Michael Grenier. Congratulations, everybody. Good work. And of course, stay in touch when you're out in industry and searching for your jobs. And we're here to support you in everything. We want to know where you're at, where you're going, and how you're doing. The same goes for our BIM technician graduates, Ahmad Al-Saltaji, Joel Jameson with honors, Tom Kostek, and Mahmoud El Marsali. Congratulations, everybody. Good work.
So this is an example for the orthographic view and pipeline transmission. So they had to draw the pump station details. So Cody, you did a very good job doing the assignment number 1, AutoCAD 3D for the first time. This example is the assignment number 3, structural drawing using the reinforced concrete as a material, showing some connection. So this one is just done by Alvaro using Inventor, and it was another application beside AutoCAD for the final project and the bridge, Peter Creek Bridge. So some view. So the beauty of Inventor is that after you have the model, so you can extract all this information because everything is constrained, and you can see the example. Yeah.
Go ahead, Antonio. Do you have something to finish on?
No. I just asked Alvaro to try to amplify as much as possible the potential of Inventors. We never done that before. And then we have right now the option, to do that from AutoCAD or Inventor. And this is a chain that I cannot show Michael, because Michael introduced advanced steel. So this is a specific software that we can download for free from Autodesk program. And then we apply that into the final project. So it was an example. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so campus announcements. All right, here we go. First off, I want to congratulate Jessica, and everybody like you to help me congratulate Jessica and her advancement here at Digital School. She, as many of you know, is no longer involved directly in our student support. She is now the office manager of digital school and globally training. So she's taken on some more responsibility and shown that with her dedication and her hard work that she absolutely has the capability and the capacity to do so. So you guys and everybody will see her still around campus. I think, Jessica, are you on this call?
I am. I'm here.
Well, congratulations, everybody. A round of applause for Jessica.
Yeah, we're going to miss her. Congrats. We're going to meet you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jessica.
Like Scott said, I'll still be around. So if you ever need to reach out, still available by email. You can give the school number a call. I'm still going to be answering the phone. So.
Absolutely. Jessica does a great job of holding us all together. So we congratulate her on all of her hard work. And with that, that gives us a bit of an update for student support. So we've introduced student mentors. So a key part of our student support services is having that one key person that you can rely on throughout your time at digital school. And so everybody has been assigned to a student mentor, either Brandon or Antonio, to help stay in touch with you and guide you through the whole program. With being an accelerated program, things come at you kind of fast, and they're here to lean on, reach out, talk to about school, maybe not about school, and of course, if there's anything that you don't feel comfortable talking with Brandon or Antonio about, reach out to your admissions advisors. Reach out to Jessica, myself. We're all here to help support you. But the student mentors, Brandon and Antonio, was a natural progression, since these gentlemen are doing a great job with working with you in individual courses to help you with the overall program. So I guess that's still really a congratulations for Brandon and Antonio to taking on some more responsibility outside of their individual courses as well. So congratulate them when they're reaching out to you to book your next check-in. Definitely answer back and be there and open-minded for ideas and ways to be successful. And more announcements, of course, refer a friend. It's important. I mean, each of you, everybody that refers a friend to digital school, you'll receive $250. We have a few referrals starting in our programs this term and next term. I don't want to leave anybody out, so I'm not going to say all the names right now, but it's a key component to everything we do. Your word of mouth to your friends, family, anybody that you know, random person you see at the bus stop, on the street, let them know about digital school. If they start their program, tell them if they reach out to digital school, they better mention your name. That way you're going to get you $250. But either way, we do appreciate the word of mouth. That's the main message. We're happy to reward our students, alumni, and everybody in the community for your support. So we still have our virtual poll open on the evening and weekend labs. Last I checked, we only have 13 responses to that poll. 13 responses out of 60 students is a very low percentage, and I would like to get it up to 50%. So give us your input, even if it's it doesn't matter to you. It's not something you're looking for. Give us your feedback. We want to know. We want to make sure that we are supporting our students in the ways that we can. As we know, a lot of people, more and more people are working as they make a career shift or transition or advancement. And we want to be able to support you and make sure that you're getting everything out of your education you expect. And of course, we love to showcase your talent. The student project page on our website, go check it out. We've got some fun stuff there. And if If it's any of your assignments, any of your extracurricular projects, send them our way. We'd love to display it. And what you can do is you can find it on our website and submit your favorite projects, renderings, anything that you're working on so we can showcase your talent. That does a couple things. It shows everybody across Canada the quality of work that our students can achieve. I've been hearing that from a couple of our employers lately, that they're just ecstatic with the ability of our students when they step foot in their offices or maybe virtually in their offices, depending on who you're working with. They love our students' abilities, and we love to show that off. The other thing, as you're getting closer to your graduation and your job search, it's great to have those sort of things on the website. You can put that in your cover letter. Hey, my work is displayed on Digital School's website. That's great stuff to provide and add in your career efforts. We have our student surveys that'll go out here after this, after our event today. Get your surveys back. It doesn't have to be between the 13th and 20th, but those that are received between the 13th and 20th will be entered to win an Amazon gift card or potentially another gift card of your choice. Next term starts Monday the 16th. This is a midterm, so we start right away again, and here the end of June is our next term break. So with that is the last of our presentation today. So overall, let's open it up to some questions or comments or anything from our students, just some hanging out and chatting. And thank you. I'd like to say thank you for everybody on our staff, Brandon, Antonio, Jessica, Jessa. It's quite an effort for all of us to put everything together for this event, to show and talk and discuss with you guys, as well as our day-to-day in supporting our students. So thank you very much to our Digital School staff and for your efforts. Really certainly appreciate it, and keep up the hard work. Thank you too. Good to see you, and have a great weekend.